Hello everyone, it is I, King Mike X here with another Dragalia Lost Update video. Kind of been missing a couple of days, but back gonna be talking about some stuff. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So, first up, event information. Just talk about double drop reward events for the current event. Um, the one I'm most happy about is this double drops and half stamina event for certain main campaign quests, specifically 1, 2, and 6. More so 6 than the others, and I'll get to that. But yeah, those are the ones that have draconic acids. Um, Now version update 2.3.0 is going to be coming out in 3 days on December 21st at 10 p.m. And it will be automatically updated at December 22nd at 10 p.m. Which, and of course, they'll give us a tenfold summon voucher. So there's going to be new updates to the Barian Battle Royale, and they're finally adding in the Fractured Futures and Forgot to Choose raid events, which are great, but you have to complete certain quests for Fractured Futures. You need to complete Chapter 6 for the main campaign, and for Forgot to Choose, Chapter 14 4 and 9. And the main campaign at normal difficulty. So, apparently they're going to be adding a new high difficulty quest involving more a new high difficulty quest involving more Sayari will be added to the Forgot to Choose raid event at 1 a.m. on January 14th, 2021. And this one, so here's the main thing. For these events, for the raid events in the event compendium, Blazon's emblems and other worthy fragments may not be collected. Blazon summons, emblem rewards, and raid boosts are not available. Uh, and instead of joining you temporarily during the event exclusive adventures will join your roster permanently after you clear a certain quest. Conviction items used to upgrade event exclusive adventures may not be collected. Event exclusive adventures will not provide event related advantages during quests. And yeah, but it's our solo play. But for that new thing for Marciati, it will be you could do it both solo or cooperative. And for December 31st at 1 a.m. there'll be New Year's themed design. The home screen will feature New Year's themed design. Also, they officially for specifically they came up with a new thing called over damage buff. Over damage, which essentially it's a name for specifically Yukata Cassandra and one of the new units we just got, Dragalia, Lily. Both of them get both of them have like the same thing, which allows them to increase the strength. It allows them to do where they give a buff that makes characters do damage to and it increases enemies based on 40% of their strength. And the user interface will be adjusted in various ways, in various places. They also talk about They also talk about some of the other issues they're going to be addressing, and yeah, moving forward, let's go to the adjustments to the Barian Battle Royale version 2.3.0. Player and for version From version 2.3.0 onward, players will be able to change the skins of adventurers' weapons in the Barian Battle Royale. Players can spend appearance tickets to access different skins of the adventurers and their roster from the adventurer settings screen, which we kind of Rallies for skins for the adventures we kind of had, but we had to select for you. I'm guessing they're going to increase some more. Appearance tickets will appear as a monthly battle points reward starting in January of 2021. Skins included in the treasure map lineup as of version 2.2.0 continue to be available exclusively from the treasure trade. Not all adventurers have an unlockable skin. Players can choose a weapon skin to use from those that they unlock from the adventure settings screen. Ability tokens added. Ability tokens can be collected for various locations on the map and used to perform an ability. There is no limit to the number of ability tokens that a player can possess, and multiple ability tokens can be held at once, but the effect of the same ability cannot be stacked. For further information on abilities, please see how to play section. Volcano section added. Uh, the map will contain a volcano themed area for version 2.3.0 onward. As time passes, fireballs will begin to rain down across the entire map. Players can collect skill tokens and ability tokens from their impact craters. And The Beam Battle Royale will be available at all times from December 23rd, 1 a.m. 2022, 12:59 a.m. January 6th, 2021. The weekly schedule of 1 a.m. on every Wednesday to 12:59 a.m. on every Friday will return at 1 a.m. January 6th, 2021. Oh, the name of the Gallimim skin of the treasure trade will be corrected from Mim to Gallimim. Guessing that means that we're going to be getting some new. We might get a Halloween Mim costume in there as well. We also added in a new one print. It was just one for 5 star, and it's Dragon You Dreaming. This is a this is available to December 31st, 12:59 a.m. Get this because this is a limited time, and it is a very good, and it's kind of a good one because it's bleeding Punisher, and some great units have, and some units are really good with bleeding. All right. So there's that, and they talk about the second survey digest. So yeah, 60% of the respondents reported having started a journey with Dragalia Lost all the way back at the game's launch. The remaining 40% of players were evenly split between having played for half the year and a year and a year and a half. Of course, we did not only receive responses from Japan. Yeah, so they talk about some of the stuff, such as with the release of version 2.0, exclusive enhancement and adjustments were made to adventures, dragons, and the difficulty of certain quests. What do you think about these changes? These adjustments were made in the interest of restoring game balance between the elements, and in that respect, I believe that they were largely successful and well received. I can kind of say that the water's now, though some units are still busted and people still using off elements, at least, well, except for Legend. Um, and as many players have the ability to use a more diverse team of adventures while taking on various quests. Depends on the quest. Legend Volk, you're kind of limited. With that said, there still exist adventures that excel so much in their particular role that they are used almost exclusively over other adventurers for certain quests and co-op play where speed and efficiency are key factors in who players decide or expect to play with. This may prevent players who do not have these adventures from having an enjoyable questing experience. To ensure that all players are able to enjoy co-op, we plan to implement changes so that a greater variety of adventurers can excel in their roles. This is kind of I'm in that situation kind of. Okay. I have Karina and I have her 70 MC, but I don't have. I'm missing one of her best one prints. Specifically, I'm missing Feline Hospitality. It's kind of a long story, but basically, I made a mistake when I thought I was choosing the midnight one that we got. I was trying to sell one. It was a while ago. I tried to sell a worm. I was trying to sell some worm prints, and wasn't using the midnight one, the other one for the Monster Hunter event. The one that is Affliction Guard, especially because I had another one and I didn't really use that one that much. So and I still and I accidentally clicked on Feline Hospitality somehow instead and didn't realize it until afterwards, and it was after the event, so kind of lost my Feline Hospitality, which upsets me because I had a 4 year bound and that thing was awesome. All right, so so hopefully I've been wanting to hopefully they'll bring back that event eventually, or give us an event, or give us another one print that has the double buff, the crit damage double buff. Anyway, on that note, some players were curious about how frequently we plan to add mana spirals to Avengers in the future. Given that version 2.0 recently implemented extensive balance adjustments, we expect to slightly reduce the rate at which we add mana spirals going forward. But the introduction of more challenging quests and difficulties means that mana spirals will continue to have their place. Some players expressed a desire for more variety in the way that dragons are used. It is true that their abilities tend to favor an offensive playstyle revolving around doing damage with abilities or shift, although new dragons are not released as often as new adventurers are. We will keep this overall trend in mind and strive to introduce more variety in the future. Version 2.0, the difficulty of certain quests was reduced and the attacks of certain enemies were made easier to recognize. According to your responses, these adjustments were largely seen in a positive light. Similarly, players appreciated the separation of certain quests and the accompanying rewards in two versions for both solo and co-op play. It is our hope that players will feel who felt intimidated by the learning curve of high difficulty content in co-op by those who did not have the time to dedicate to it were able to continue progressing through the game at a comfortable pace with the solo play versions. With the large-scale adjustments made to the game balance since the game's release, many players noticed that the suggested method for certain quests no longer matches the actual amount required to clear them. We plan to address this discrepancy in the future. With the release of version 2.0, the weapon and weapon system have been with the weapon and wormprint systems have been streamlined. What do you think about these changes? Yeah, and they talked about this. Many players felt that the new system was easier to understand and manage, and players who had struggles with the complexity of the previous system reported that the new system made them want to go back into crafting weapons. That was exactly our intention with this overhaul, and I'm pleased to see that it worked. Though yeah, many players have noticed that the rupee cost to craft certain weapons has increased significantly. This is due to the introduction of the advantages provided by the weapon bonus system and the streamlining of the Agito weapon crafting cost to bring them in line with other series. To offset some of these costs, we will continue to implement regularly occurring events from which players can receive rupees and increase the amount of rupees that event rewards. We'd also like to aid players in obtaining materials by implementing regular occurring events that feature specific quests with increased drops. Regarding the adjustments made to the one per system, yeah, we were successful in providing players with expanded customization options, but some players felt that these new elements only served to increase the complexity of deciding which weapons to use in which situations and the time required to equip them. We'd like to make the system easier to use without sacrificing the deep customization that it currently offers, so we plan to improve its usability so that players will be able to more quickly and easily find the particular weapons that they need. Building Battle Royale, yeah, both positive and negative. It's really good now. I really enjoyed. Um, and for God to Truce, people enjoyed it. Uh, Yeah, since these players very much, a lot of people enjoyed it, especially the story where you had to fix stats. Since these players very much enjoyed content related to the central events of the plot during the first and second anniversaries, we plan to create similar content for the upcoming 2.5 year anniversary as well. And people actually like chapter 15. Chapter 15. Yeah, some players reported that they don't play the campaign at all, at least beyond the quest required to unlock certain features, so we hope to make it more appealing to the broader range of players than it is now. Chapter 17 will be released in December and follows the trials and tribulations that our heroes face in North Grestea. This includes meetings and new faces, so be sure to get caught up on Chapter 16 in the meantime. What do you expect for Dragalia Lost game in the future? Do you have any questions or feedback from Dragalia Lost? Team many players expressed an interest in future events and stories. Each month we release new events with new stories to enjoy, and we plan to continue to expand the size and scope of Dragalia Lost World. With that, through these regular updates, players were split on wanting the game to be easier or harder. No, yeah, that's kind of a given. There are people who hate. One of the biggest things that I heard, people are actually asking for them to nerf Volk, Legend Volk specifically, which annoys me because I feel like, guys, it was designed to be a challenge. They said it was going to be challenging. If you don't, you can't just cheat. You could try to cheese with it, but if you can't get it through, then uh, try to do it the regular way. But if you can't do that, then just try to grind and stuff. If you don't want to do that, then I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to complete it. It's not a progressive thing. It's not a progression quest. You don't need it to progress and make yourself. it does make yourself stronger, but it's not that much. It's like I said, it's mostly for visuals. It's just to show an achievement, something to. It's just a goal to achieve. It's basically kind of like the Omega raids, where you complete them once and you barely touch them after that. You don't really touch them after that because you only need to complete them once. So yeah, I would say that this is a great rate of. So yeah, I would say don't nerf it. Keep it as it is. It's a good challenge, and it causes people, if they want to complete it, they need to actually go out of their way and grind it. It's basically kind of like a super. While the other ones I could say are regular bosses, this one's more of a super. I would say Dungeon fights are more super bosses, optional super bosses. You don't need to complete. You don't need to complete them to make it. You don't need to. They're not for progress. You don't need to complete them to make sure you're on top of the game. But you could complete them to show that you are doing well, and to show that you're doing well, and it does. I mean, it does increase your stats, but it's a negligible amount. Um, yeah, after satisfying both types of players at the same time is an exceedingly difficult proposition. We feel that everyone should be able to enjoy the game as they like. We would like to make it so the most difficult quests in the game and quests that offer materials to craft increasingly stronger weapons are not part of a single progression path. Should players want to improve their weapons, they can focus on quests that offer materials, and should they want to challenge their skills, they can focus on quests that offer high difficulty content. In the short term, we plan to extend the latter category with larger difficulty quests. That's like what they said. If you can't deal with that, then sorry, but too bad. And if you're still struggling, learn how to fight. Try to be. Don't try to like learn how to do the fight or learn the cheese strategy or learn the cheese strategy properly. And you can't specifically for that element. I'm glad that they locked it to element. People were upset because they can't Karina cheese or Veronica cheese. But guys, come on. If you're Yeah, they send us 1,200 Wormite for this player for us as well. But yeah, stop complaining about this. You knew it's great, and if you have a hard time, just try to learn, put some effort into it. If you don't want to put effort into it, then that thing is not for you. So, also, Dash of Disaster, and is back. Chapter 17 finally got released. Chapter 17 got released, which is great. Which, yeah, it's a good story. I would recommend going through it. It's very interesting and introduces some new stuff and sheds some light on some people. But here's the main thing that I was happy about, which is why I was talking about why you want to go for Chapter 6. Well, Pazuzu was already in there, but they added in more Chakottic essences. Specifically, well, Arctos, Kamui, and Takumi Kazuchi are one things, but I'm not too big on them. The two I'm really big on are Prometheus and Freya. Freya is in Chapter 6, which I don't have a maxed out. I don't even have a one on bind, so yeah. And that is, so go for her. Prometheus is in Chapter 10. Unfortunately, he's not on raid up, double drop, so you can only get 6 of him, but Freya, go for, if you don't have her maxed out, go for her, and I'm happy because I don't have any unbind. So, which, going back to this, it says, let's see, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Yeah, it's 10 days. Yeah, it's 10 days specifically. 20, oh yeah, December 21st, we're going to be getting chapters 3 and 8 for double drops, and that begins on 1 a.m. December 21st. So that's 7, and that's 21, 22, 23, 7, and that's 7 days. So 7 days and 10 days. So in total, you should get 120 Freyas during that time. If you manage to use those, you're going to get 120 Freyas total during those 10 days, which I'm happy about. And moving onward, but yeah, I'm very happy about that. Also, there's a daily free summoning event. You can only perform one summon for 10 days for dragging you once per day. So it's you get basically get a free tenfold during that quest. Um, then there's Dragon. Now Dragon adding the mana spells to more adventurers. Dragon New Cleo. Let's go over these. So first up, Dragon New Cleo. Initial skill deals 11 hits of 187.6. So that's 11 times 187.6. That's 2063.6. And afflicts freeze for 36 seconds with 120% chance and increases the energy level of the user in nearby allies by one stage. And the user skill activates skill shift, the attack connects. Phase 2 increases the strength of the user and nearby allies by 10% for 10 seconds, and while Phase 3 increases the critical rate by 8% for 10 seconds. Moving on, level 4. It now does 11 hits of 190, increases the level of the user nearby allies by one stage, and then activates Frigid Gift. Frigid Gift. When this effect is active, the user's next Force Strike will inflict freeze for 3 to 6 seconds with 200% chance. So it didn't go up much of damage, only by like 30 or 26.4%. But it now the Force Strike is now in freeze and it's 200%. And the phase 2 and phase 3 didn't get changed at all, but here's the other thing. If the skill is used as a shared If this skill is used as a shared skill or helper skill, the skill will inflict freeze for 36 seconds with around 140% chance, but does not activate the Frigid Gift effect. Now, Empyrean Grace, 5 hits of 414.4%. That's 2072. Her new one is 2105, which is not much more. It's only about 33% chance more. Anyway, so HP 70 equals strength got upgraded to Bell Bestower, which increases strength and defense by 30% when HP is 70% or above. Potent Stun Rays, and yeah, hit equals energy level up went from 30 kick cover to 20. So yeah, she is a really good unit now. Dragon Unit Nefaria. So deals 3 hits of 518 of 4%. That was 55.2%. For Frostbite for 21%. But then for Frostbite and Froze, it does 81.28 times 3. Did 2643.84. Now it does 1563, which is a 11.8% increase in damage for her regular attack, and also it does 4% more frostbite every 2.9 seconds. So yeah, that's about a 28% increase in the frostbite damage over time. And then Frostbite and Froze take 3 hits of 2657.1, which is about 13.26% more damage. And also activates special delivery. Activates gift ready. For the next 2 Force Strikes, each Force Strike will distribute gifts. These gifts grant nearby allies, and when you shield the northwest damage less than 50% of the user's HP and increases energy level by 3 stages. Now, it grants allies when you shield grants nearby allies, and when you shield the northwest damage less than 20% of the user's HP, maximum HP, increases their energy level by 3 stages and activates gifts ready, preparing 2 gifts. While this skill is active, the user can distribute gifts by using their Force Strike. And these gifts grant nearby allies, and when you shield the northwest damage less than 20% of the user's max HP, increases the energy level by 3 stages. So basically, the shield got increased to 20%, and now she not only does she get the Force Strike version, but it doesn't initially anyway. Skill damage, she does 10% more skill damage, potent burn res, and now Queen of Flurry Freezer 1 2 became Queen of Smiles. So before it was when the combo count is 15 or higher, grants the user standard attack a 10% chance of inflicting freeze for 3 to 6 seconds. Now, when a combo count is 15 or higher, grants the user standard attack a 25% chance of inflicting freeze for 3 to 6 seconds. So went up from 10 to 25% and increases damage to frostbitten enemies by 10%. So yeah, she could do a lot. And Dragon Zane Freed. So his all that happened. The share HP cost didn't go up at all. It's still the same, but it increased the critical rate of wind tunes from 20 to 22, and now this thing Dragon's Envy now has a dragon setup, so deals one hit of it deals 3%. It deals 3% more damage, but here's the big thing: the dragon gauge now increases by 9% instead of 5%, and also it's got something. It's also he takes a page. Dragon's Envy takes a page from Galamim, where after the user has shapeshifted once, the skill gets an added effect. It doesn't do more damage, but it makes it so the dragon gauge gets raised by 13% instead of 9. So yeah. Also, he's got prime strength, 15% potent progress, and now dragon cards. So yeah, everyone. Unfortunately, Fortunately, yeah, Dragon. Unfortunately, Dragon U, Xander, and Dragon U. Uh, oh my, I can't. Dragon U Melora aren't getting bonuses. But yeah, that's kind of going to be it for this one. Also, Dash of Disaster is coming soon. It's coming. Actually, it's coming on December 21st at 1 a.m. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you like this video, please click the like button and leave a comment down below. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.